Welcome to this week's weekly watch list. In this video, I am going to give you my bias going into the fresh week. Today is Saturday, the 11th of January 2025. Now, before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on so you're notified every time that I bring you an update on the financial markets. Also, make sure to be following me here on Twitter at TraderWolf119. This is where I will post trades on a daily, weekly basis, which is going to be backed by the weekly watch list that I'm going to bring to you in this video. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am a full-time trader, and these are the pairs that I am going to bring to you every week. We do not need any more pairs than this. Now, I trade futures on an intraday basis, NQ and ES. Now, it's NQ that I trade, but I always chart ES for SMT. Now, I'm also going to chart the DXY, which is obviously the DXY obviously controls most of the market when it comes to Forex. Then we're going to chart Pound USD, Euro USD, USD JPY. We're going to chart gold and one cross pair Euro odd. Within this list here, there is plenty of pairs to trade. We do not need to be charting every single pair going. It is about quality and not quantity. And by focusing on only these pairs gives us a good read of the whole market, which helps us predict our weekly bias. And then we will use that weekly bias to form our daily bias each day. And that is when I'm going to post my setups here on Twitter. This is temporary. Obviously, I will keep on posting on Twitter, but this is until I get my own Discord set up. Also, as time goes on, I'm going to break down more educational content into exactly why I am taking the trades that I am taking and how I manage those trades. Now, remember, this is not financial advice. This is made for education purposes and how I trade the markets myself. I am not a financial advisor. Now, getting into the content, let's start on NQ. What is our weekly bias? Now, after seeing a sell-off, we're obviously clearly bearish. However, we are coming to a strong area of support. Now, I trade a mixture of concepts that I have learned over the past, which there is some ICT concepts in there, and there is simple, solid support and resistance, and I pay a lot of attention to the weekly, daily candle closes. And when it comes to trading, we want to look for areas of liquidity manipulation to get in our trades. We want to be on the side of smart money, where they're looking to drive price to after they have ran major areas of liquidity. Now, starting on NQ, like I say, we have seen a sell-off to the downside. However, we are at a major area of support, which is the previous monthly low. We can see we have got this is a major area running through here. What's happened? This is on the 2-hour chart. We have run this pool of liquidity. We've come into a major area of support and we have rejected. Now, my weekly bias for NQ, I am expecting price to move up from this area. However, we could see a move from here going up. It depends what the price action gives us on Monday, which I will keep you updated on Twitter, as I have just said. Now, every weekend, once the market closes, I spend half the day analysing all these pairs, bringing them to you on a Sunday, ready for market open Sunday night / Monday. Now, I am expecting NQ to find strong support and we can look to take price higher. If this does not happen, if we hold below the previous week low like this, then I'm expecting price to move further down to this lower range, we're now at the high range. If we get back into this range, we can expect price to pull back to then bounce. I'm not too interested in taking shorts of now. I want to see how price reacts from this area. Now, of course, we could see the manipulation down, running the previous week low, followed by a turtle soup and pushing price up back into the range that we've got here, and we'll look to take price higher. However, if price holds below here, gives some high tide, if it's showing accumulation distribution below this previous week low, which is here, then I expect price to sell off further before seeing that bounce. Like I say, I will notify you on Twitter exactly how I'm going to trade, but I am bullish for the week on NASDAQ. Now, we have got a lot of news next week. You can see Monday we don't have much, but Tuesday we've got PPI, and we've got PPI. Wednesday we have got pound CPI, we've got USD CPI. Coming in Thursday, we've got pound GDP. Also, a lot of red folder news for USD, and Friday not as much for USD, but this should give us a volatile week, and that is what I want. Volatility is what is going to make us money in these markets. So we're bullish going into the week for NASDAQ. We're going to ES, basically the same. They both run the same. I'm looking at a bounce from this area here. If we fail to bounce and we're accumulating around here, I expect price to come lower towards previous month low to then look to drive price higher. So very similar to NQ. Now going on to DXY. Obviously we have been very bullish over the past few weeks. However, I see that we are starting to slow down and a top is coming. Now I am expecting we may run the previous week high. We've got this strong area of resistance up here. We may not reach that. We could just pop above here, grab liquidity to drive lower. However, I am going to be looking for a market shift to the downside for the DXY. Now, we may not get that last liquidity grab. This may be it, because we can see we've grabbed this and we're only barely closing above this previous high after an expansion to the upside without a major retracement. Like this, for example, we pushed up. What happened? We had a deeper retracement into discount levels before seeing the move up. We have not yet traded into those discount levels. So I'm expecting, I will be looking. Obviously, I do not trade purely the DXY, but we'll be trading the major pairs, which is pound USD, euro USD, USD JPY. When I see what I want on the DXY, obviously, I'm wanting to short this, so I will be long in pound, euro USD, and short in USD JPY. I'm watching price action around this area, and as I said, I am looking for that reversal, at least into this area. We look back, even from here, this big move to the upside, we have still not yet seen a retracement, a deeper retracement. We've got the 618 here, look. We've got massive pool of liquidity sat under here, and everyone is getting bullish. I do not buy tops, or should I say, I do not buy into big expansions. I know they say the trend is your friend, but it is until the end. And I believe that, due from my experience, we are starting to see a top in the DXY, at least a short-term top, which we're looking to trade this week. Yes, next week we could be bullish again, but going into this week, I am looking to take price down to these levels around the 618 from this swing, which aligns with a major area of resistance, support, and obviously massive areas of liquidity sat under here, which is what smart money targets to obviously fill their orders. So this is it for the DXY. So obviously I am bullish on pound and euro USD going into the week. However, we may, if we see that pop up, then we may see another drop for pound USD. So this is what, out of the way, this is what I'm expecting to see. Clearly, we are bearish. However, we have been bearish for so long, and the market will not continue on and on until it feels it's grabbed enough liquidity to then buy up. Now, smart money, they do not want to be selling the bottoms low down. They want to be buying at discount, and we are at major discount on pound USD and euro USD. Now, there is no sign of a bullish flip yet. I'm expecting this low here, which is a previous day low from Friday, to be ran. I want to see price show strength out. We're looking for our market shift to then take price higher, and we're going to be aiming, there is massive pools of liquidity up here, and we're going to be aiming high time frame towards previous month high around 128. Now, of course, if we're getting down here, I will be scaling out of my positions as price moves up, because obviously this could be a retracement for a deeper move to the downside. Now, this here is a major key area. If we look on the daily time frame, we can see how many times price is respecting these areas. We've got liquidity under here. So obviously, looking at the daily time frame, we are continuing this bearish trend. However, as I say, I'm expecting to see the market starting to turn, especially when we've got major economic news events which will bring that volume to drive to reverse price. So we're going to either bounce once we've took out this low, or we come that bit deeper, we'll look for our shift and we'll be getting in our longs down here, targeting areas of liquidity up here. And as I say, I will post the intraday setups on here on my Twitter at TraderWolf119. Going into Euro USD, it is basically the same thing. Now, this is one thing to keep in mind. We have got massive SMT at the bottom, which is divergence between price. We can see if we look on Euro USD, I'll just get them up side by side, both 2-hour time frames. We've got pound USD on the right, and we've got Euro USD on the left. You can see here we had this low that was put in. Price come down, it failed to close below. It took liquidity from here, but you can see going back to our low on pound USD, we're all the way up here. Now look where the candles are closing. Take this body to this body here to this body here. You can see that pound USD is, we're seeing that divergence. It's continuing to sell, where buyers are starting to step into Euro USD. We know that these pairs are correlated, they move together. So that is another reason that I believe that we are close to the bottom. Now, going back to pound USD, Euro USD, what I'm expecting to see. I'm expecting to see the bounce from here. However, we need to clear this previous day high, hold above, short accumulation above this level, manipulation to the downside, followed by a break. That will indicate that we're seeing that bullish flip. If we don't get that, we could see this weekly inefficient price action filled. We look for that same break to then take price higher. So again, we're going to be starting the week either bullish, is what I am thinking, continuing a bullish week for Euro and Pound USD, or starting slightly bearish, having one last liquidity grab before seeing that flip, which may come Tuesday, Wednesday in PPI or CPI to then take price higher. USD JPY, we're already seeing that. You can see everything is pointing to bearishness for me. We had this range, this solid range. We can go back and you can see how important this range is, how it was respected. Once price moves back into this range, it tends to revisit the lower range. Once price breaks above, it holds above, it obviously pushed. Now look what happened here. We accumulated orders at the high of the range. This candle here, which was very important, NFP, what happened? Price pushed higher, massive volume in the market. It failed to continue higher, which we had this volume-based price range up here. That was my next area of interest. However, it has not give that. It's just run this liquidity. That is smart money filling their orders. and I am expecting to see at least this lower first range met, if not into this white weekly IPA, which is the low of this range that we're in here. So going in, I'm expecting straight away bearishness, and I'll be targeting this weekly IPA around, I'll be obviously out the market before we even hit that level, probably around 154,800. Now, if we fail to break down on the first move, we may see one last push up into this area, which I will then be looking to short to take the market down. I am not interested in longing at the high of this range. So bearish bias for USD JPY, which aligns with all my bias on the dollar, pound USD, euro USD. Now going into gold, very, very bullish. Gold seasonality for January and February is very bullish. I'm only looking for longs on gold. However, I am not willing to long the market when we are at these premium levels. I want to see a pullback. This wick has not yet been filled. Wicks like this that tend to be so fast, they tend to be filled before price moves higher. I want to see this wick at least filled 70% of this wick, or even taken back onto this major area of support. I'll be looking for a market shift and buys to then take price up towards previous month high, which is also this resistance level. I will scale out there, and then up to these areas of liquidity, which is all-time high and a candle high up here. Now, if we fail to bounce immediately, we could see that deeper pullback into discount, which I believe will be take us to this solid area here. I will look for the market shift to then take price higher. Either way, if we get a deeper pullback, the move to the upside will be much higher. However, when the market is so bullish, seasonality is bullish, we may not see these lower prices hit, so I'll be willing to take longs here. I am not willing to long up at this resistance, especially when we're at previous week high. However, we could pop just above previous week high, take liquidity, we then drive lower, run this low, then I will be willing to long gold. So bullish on gold for the week, and euro odd. Now, there's no need to chart every cross pair. One cross pair is enough. This is ample enough pairs for me to trade. Now, I'm expecting to see same thing. We've got this range. We've got this big range here. Now, we've popped above into the next range. We've got a break of structure to the downside, and of course, the price has been continuing to be bullish without a major pullback. So everything aligns for a sell-off for here. Whether we come from here, if you can see how price ran this high, failed to close above. On the 2-hour time frame, price has not been able to close above. It's shown us that it is bearish. Once we break, we hold below this low here with a candle close, 2 4-hour candle close. We retest this. I will be looking for sells to take price. First TP will be previous week low at 1.65217. Second TP will be this next area around 164,400-ish. I will always ladder out my position and get out before we actually tap that area. We don't need to get greedy for an extra few pips. Now, we may get one last push up into this area here to then sell off. If we break and we hold above accumulating, manipulate to the downside before a break of structure, then this invalidates the shorts from this area. I will then be looking for longs to take the previous month high and beyond up to these highs back here. So that is it for EA, euro odd. Now that is the weekly watch list, and if you got any value, then make sure you hit the like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so your notifications are turned on, and also drop a comment, give me some feedback. And remember, do not forget to be following me here at the Wolf, at Trader Wolf 119. This is where I will post my setups on the daily basis, my intraday setups. Now we may hold these setups for the day, or we may hold them for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. I will not hold over a week, and if I am holding, I will already scaled out position and manage the trade accordingly, moving stop loss into profit. Now, before we get away, NQ, I trade at equity open at 2:30. When I get things sorted, I am going to be live streaming my trading on NQ, so you can see how I'm trading on a daily basis, trading the 1, 3, 5 minute time frame, getting in and out the market within an hour or two of that daily open. So make sure to be subscribed and following me for notifications when that happens. Now remember, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, turn your notifications on, and I hope you all have a great trading week.